Oh, fuck. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to, in fact, Happy New Year. This is the first, I am recording this on the 1st. So it's been a couple of weeks. In fact, it's been a long time since I done any sort of vlog, any sort of video, to be fair. I mean, the last time we even filmed was probably before we went back to Scotland, which was the start of December when we came back from America. And to be fair, that footage isn't even out yet. I don't even know when it's going to come out, but it'll be out at some point. But do you know what I thought was lacking, and what I thought that it would be probably, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm literally just going to keep this raw. So if I fuck up anything, however long this goes on for, it is what it is. I'm going to upload it, but I'm going to just bring back the videos of where it started off, because I think that's what I've been lacking on, and I've definitely got a little bit too tangled up in the new trendy way of doing it, the really cool stuff, the fancy stuff, and I've always wanted to try and make it like that. I've kind of forgot about the roots of where my videos started, and that's what I want to bring back. You guys know I'm a big advocate of, obviously, the hard training, the intense training, the big sets, the music, the approach towards sets and things like that, and I think that's definitely something that I've kind of fell away from. So with that being said, I'm going to bring these videos back. We're going to keep it raw. We're going to come on the camera. I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. I'm going to tell you if I've had a good day or if I've had a bad day. I'm going to go through all of that sort of stuff, because I think that's just what there's been a little bit less of, that there probably should have been a little bit more of. And as we are obviously heading into the last part of my off season now, prep's pretty much right around the corner, so as well as that, that's also something to look forward to. Again, we've got a big year ahead. I've got a lot of people on stage. Again, moving into 2024, this is going to be my biggest year yet in terms of having clients on stage. 2023 was amazing, and it was a really good year for clients, really good year for my business. But moving into 2024, we've got to set the bar higher. We've got to look for that little bit more, and that's what's going to happen. So without further ado, I've just arrived at the gym. I also want to get something for the car, so like I can chat to you guys whenever I am coming to the gym, and not just when I get to the gym and having to set this up. I am also filming on the iPhone, so we're going to kind of gauge and see what the quality is like on this, because my stabilizer for my camera rack really broke, so I'm patiently waiting on one of them coming. It is ordered, so it will be coming. We potentially might upgrade the camera as well, depending on what it is like. I just want to make sure the quality is all good for you guys. Of course, the quality does matter whenever it comes to YouTube videos. I don't want to upload shit quality, but at the same time, we just want to ensure that I am not just forgetting about all of this stuff and where it started, and being able to keep you guys updated on what's happening. But at the same time, like I say, it's the 1st of January, is a new year. We're kickstarting it off with bringing something old back. I'm going to get this video uploaded as soon as possible. We are in Ultraflex Durham, of course. We're back after traveling. It's been an awesome time. I've been away in Scotland. We've obviously been in America, Dubai, Sweden. We've been all over the place. But at the same time, we're back now, hopefully back into a good routine. There's quite a few things coming up, but we're back grounded for a nice while. So I'm going to be able to get a good run of the equipment in Ultraflex, which is going to be really cool. It's chest day today. My splits changed around ever so slightly, but that's a topic for another video. I will tell you guys that, and I'll go through that in another one. But we're in for chest today. It's actually Monday as well, which we're back to kind of the very much old roots of International Chest Day on Monday. But I'm looking forward to it. And again, like I say, guys, I've not been in Ultraflex for a little while now, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to have some fun with it. I'm not going to go in with a structured plan or anything like that. I'm just going to go in and have some fun with it, do what I want to do, go in, get warm, and then we'll potentially jump on a fly or something, and then jump on a press from there. But I've not got a clue what is going to happen yet. So of course, I will take you guys on the journey with me, take you guys into the session. And as always, if you guys want to see anything you want to know, never hesitate to drop a comment down below. As always, this is definitely going to be the year of YouTube. I'm going to say that again. I've probably said that for the last 5 years, but it is what it is. We'll try and get it growing. We'll try and get things moving. But like I say, anything you guys want to see, comment down below. Don't forget to drop the video a like for me, please. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's just get after it. Also guys, for anybody that's wondering, this is the current pre-workout that I've just taken from Unrivaled Nutrition. We've got Train Smart today, so it's an on-stim mainly focus-based supplement, and trust me guys, the focus on this is madness. It's absolutely crazy, but it's a really good supplement. Again, you can take it elsewhere, you don't just have to take it around your training window, but I'm taking it pre-workout today, so that is for anybody that's wanting to know Unrivaled Nutrition. And of course HR Labs, this link will be in the description box below. Right guys, this YouTube thing simply just isn't working for me. I've tried 3 times now. I've uploaded this video 3 times, and every single time, for some reason, after I've corrected the mistakes that are in it, the fucking thing still gets done for copyright, and that's happened every single time. So we're gonna have to go with the voiceover, and this was actually the last thing that I wanted to do, because I just wanted to try and keep the training as raw as possible. So what we're gonna do is I'll voice over a little bit, and I'll just stick some music behind the rest of the session. But with that, again, we're coming on. I'll try and keep this as raw as possible as well, obviously going over as much as possible. Like I say, if I can include a little bit of informative stuff in my videos as well, fantastic. But at the end of the day, I just want to go back to the basics and let you know what's happening in my life, in my training, what's happening with prep. As we know, obviously, this season the goal is to get right back up on that stage, that professional stage once again, and really be able to display something that I am more than proud of course. Now, I've not really dived deep into what happened in 2022 when I competed last, and to be fair, like, it very much is a story for another day, like I keep saying. But again, there was just so much shit happening, there was so much shit going on, so much personal stuff, and I literally just stressed myself out in the day. Like, I was in tears on show day. And again, it's not something that I want to really go over, because at the end of the day, I personally look at these things as just a cop-out, just an excuse, just anything. But again, even going over stuff with Vicky and that, going over stuff with everybody, looking back at pictures of what I was like on peak week, looking back at pictures of what I was like a week out, 2 weeks out, again, everything was nailed. And this is not me coming on here saying I should have placed higher, I should have done this, should have done that, because I placed where I placed on the day, and at the end of the day, that's what happened. And I'm most definitely, of course, looking to have a good big redemption year for myself more than anything else. And where you place on the day is where you place on the day, and that is really what happened. But I know, Vicky knows, and my very close people who are by my side, who I trust a lot, know that at the end of the day, I never looked my best for my main pro debut, and that is what it is. And again, that's just the realistic part of it. These things happen. It happened. Now we are in a new year, approaching a new season, and we're most definitely going to rectify that. So with that being said, again, off of that topic, back onto my chest session here. Sorry about that, I just literally went on a ramble there. But back onto this chest session here. Obviously, you can see my first main press and movement was the hammer strength incline press, in which I finished on 1.5 years. So as you'll see, and as anybody that knows, going back to my old training, whenever I used to train with Mike the odd time in the leisure centre, he used to always put me on these 1.5. So we're looking for a partial rep, then a full rep, especially throughout these drop sets. And what you will see is I didn't really do that many top and back off sets throughout this session. It was more so one working set into a really big drop set. So we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 drops throughout the full thing. And again, a big shout out to my man Ethan for finding me in the gym and coming giving me a spot, for taking me through them last initial couple of really fucking hard reps there. He must have caught me struggling, he must have caught me shouting or something like that, and he was straight on it. He took me to hell. He took me through them last few reps, which I'm always appreciative of. But again, besides that, we move on to a decline press here, and the reason being, again, first main session back in Ultraflex, I wasn't going in with any expectations. I just went in, had a bit of fun with it, and done what I wanted to do, and that took me to the incline, that took me to the decline, and as you'll see, obviously moving from here, again, I just decided after each and every movement what I was going to do next. So I didn't really have a plan of attack even when I was in there, which again is sometimes nice. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't recommend it for anybody that's not experienced enough to do it. Obviously, you guys know now, I've been doing this 10 years. I've never logbooked in my life, so even on top of that, having the experience of not logbooking and getting really good at not logbooking has allowed me to be able to do things like this, where I can go in and I can just decide what I'm going to do immediately after that last initial movement. And again, what we tend to find is, especially at this time of the year, the gyms are super fucking busy. So with that being said, sometimes you're going to go in and you're not going to be able to get on what you want next, and you're going to have to auto-regulate in the session and decide what you're going on next
in that moment, and that is basically what I done throughout this full session here. But overall, it was a really productive one. It was a really successful one. I am super happy with it. And as always, one thing that I've told you guys and I've kept you guys updated with is most definitely my chest development. It's been one that's fell behind, and it's been one that I've really focused on bringing up throughout this off-season phase by just focusing on my execution more than anything else, especially throughout free weighted movements, throughout my machine movements, so more so fixed movements. My execution has been absolutely everything, with a little bit of extra volume on top of that, just because it's been a lagging area, and I focused always on just trying to move that weight off my chest, which, don't get me wrong, we're always looking to lift as heavy as possible, yes, but now I'm in the leagues of I need to ensure that my physique displays a professional look, and with that comes focusing on bringing these body parts up that play a massive role in specific shots whenever we're on stage. So with that being said, I promise you one thing, you guys are going to notice a massive change in my chest development come the season this year, when I'm hitting them front shots, when I'm hitting them side chest shots, even when I'm hitting the back shots. You're going to see that upper chest development come through, because that's most definitely something I have lacked on a lot, along with just general shape of my chest, because you guys know I came from the background. I was a fat kid. I literally had bigger boobs than fucking I don't even know, but like, honestly, they were big. I was shapeless, man. I was absolutely shapeless. So again, the development of my pecs has most definitely been a big main goal this off season. But I'm not going to ramble on anymore, guys. I'm going to give you a little bit of music background behind the next initial bit of training. But as always, if you've got any questions regarding my training or anything, like I say, don't hesitate to drop a comment down below, and I will catch up with you all when we get out of the gym.
Okay, chest done. Another one in the books, first one of the year, and not a bad one for that matter either. I was pleasantly surprised with a couple of today's sets, both good and both bad. Some things did actually feel pretty heavy, and some things felt actually, well, to be fair, I will say almost everything felt really nice, which is a good sign, but a lot of things felt really fucking heavy, which I was quite surprised about. But at the end of the day, it's just one of them things. Like, I've not used any of the equipment that I used today in quite some time, so I was always going in with the kind of expectation of resetting a little bit, which is, it's not an issue whatsoever, but I think I just have to kind of remember that maybe twice as much, rather than just going in with, yeah, I'm gonna have to reset, but I'll still be pretty strong. I took some relatively strong sets, which I was really happy with, but again, what we have to kind of take on board is, it's also not the nicest going in and knowing that you've done maybe 2 plates a side extra on something, and you're struggling with 2 plates a side less. Not the nicest thing on the planet, but it's just one of them things that we have to kind of deal with and move on with, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But it's nice to know that the first one of the year is done. Tomorrow I will be moving on to back. Like I say, my split's changed a little bit. I might as well just kind of cover it in this little kind of segment here before I head home and get some food, which I am most definitely looking forward to, because I'm fucking starving. My split's kind of moved a day forward. So essentially, legs happens every Monday. Now it happens every Sunday. Reason behind this is, and I can see that this is going very dark, and we are like majorly stewing up, which is obviously not the most ideal thing on the planet, but it is what it is. I'm really sweaty, the car's not on, and yeah, that's what's happening. My splits moved a day forward, so legs always happened on a Monday, now it happens on a Sunday. Reason being, because every time we went in on a Monday, it was always super fucking busy. And I mean, like, I always went in with a kind of plan of, right, I'm going to do this, and this. I don't obviously log my sessions, you know that, so I don't have a specific program that I follow, but I always know what kind of routine I'm going in for. But we were always getting in, and any time that I wanted on something, it was always took. And legs isn't that one that you can just kind of, right, instead of you doing that leg press, I'll just do that leg press. If you're on a really good run, you want to stay on the same piece of equipment, and that wasn't, unfortunately, the way that I was able to do it without having to wait 10-15 minutes on a piece. And you guys know I'm just not one to do that. Like, I literally could not despise more waiting on a piece of equipment. And I feel on any other body part you can just move to something else that's the same variation, but when you're running one specific piece of equipment like a leg press or a hack or something like that, or a barbell, and you have to face that decision of moving to something else or waiting the 10 to 15 minutes, I would then obviously wait. But when we went in on a Sunday, as of recently, I can't even remember why we've had to go in, maybe because of traveling or times or something like that, I don't even know. But we went in on a Sunday a little bit earlier on in the day, and the gym has been dead. Now, I would much rather take an empty gym in which I can get on pretty much any fucking piece of equipment that I want, especially on legs, a day forward. I would much rather that. So that is what we've done. We've brought, obviously, legs to a Sunday, chest or shoulders to a Monday, midweek back to a Tuesday, which means Wednesday will either be chest or shoulders, or I might actually have that as a kind of active rest day and then do my chest or shoulders on the Friday, or the Thursday, sorry, which will be totally normal, which won't actually change. The Friday I will then bring deadlifts to. So instead of doing deadlifts on a Saturday, I'm going to do deadlifts on a Friday, which then also gives me that day in between deadlift day and leg day, which was always Saturday, chest or shoulders on the Sunday, and then of course legs on the Monday. So that's really the way it's going to look. Now, we've ran it for a few weeks now, and it's been all good, but I haven't ran it fully in Ultraflex yet, so that's obviously going to be the telltale sign. I'll run it in Ultraflex, we'll see how it feels. I might go back to doing what I was normally doing, but I also might not. But as always, I will keep you guys updated. But today was a good one. We're actually heading home. Sarah's got a big fat roast dinner on for the first of the year, which I'm most definitely looking forward to. So this is kind of our Christmas dinner as well, having this together, which is super nice, and I am most definitely buzzing for, because I'm starving as well, and I think I've earned that one. But yeah, we'll take you guys through the rest of the video. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Like I say, there's going to be a few random bits here and there, but chest is done. Let's go and get some food. Right guys, you might be wondering why I'm sitting in the house in this big massive puffer jacket, but just been out a walk, just been out to get some steps in. Even in the off season, nothing changes on that front. We still go out every night, get some steps in, and it's also good because when you're in the off season, you're taking in a lot more food. So just to keep things moving, to keep the body absorbing the food in, and that's definitely been something that I've noticed massively throughout this off season. Has been me keeping my activity levels up consistently has really allowed me to be able to take in a lot of food with no problems whatsoever. I mean, I'm almost 15 months into the off season now, and not a single issue with my appetite, and it makes me sad a little bit, because going into prep, it's like you're almost always ready to prep, and this time around I'm having such good off season that it's like, should I even go into prep? But of course prep's going to happen regardless. But I've also just updated the MBW site here, which as always guys, you will find me on this pretty much every single day. Updates on my logs. Again, you guys, anybody that's watching this, anybody that's into natural bodybuilding, anybody that wants to get into natural bodybuilding, anybody that's wanting to learn, get on the site. I could not recommend it anymore. Get on the site. I will always put a link to the MBW site as well in the description box below. But that's going to be it for this video guys. I just wanted to get something out. I wanted to get back on the channel. I wanted to just kickstart the new year as efficiently as possible. Back into routine more than anything else with things like my YouTube content. And as always, like I say, we're going to keep it raw. We're going to take it back to the basics. You guys are going to get a good insight into absolutely everything, not on a trendy level. But as always, anything you want to see, comment down below. Don't forget to drop the video a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll catch up with you all in the next video.